Hey guys, Peyton Snakeback here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update for you guys this week. It's been about 2 weeks since my last one. Got some good stuff here to talk to you guys about. I got 15 movies here, 5 DVDs, 10 Blu-rays, one of them being a Kino order, which I'm very excited to talk to you guys about in a sec. Some of them being out of print, one of them being an FYE exclusive steelbook. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Now these first two here I got, now one of them is out of print. The other one, I don't think this edition's out of print. It's not really as valuable as I thought it was. But the other one did get a release from Scream Factory as well. But I got George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead and George A. Romero's Day of the Dead, both here on Blu-ray. Now, Dawn of the Dead here is the one that's out of print. This one, I know this goes up to like $124, but I found this copy on eBay for about $45. And it's in actually pretty good condition as well. This one has Ken Foree in it. This is actually like the second zombie movie that George Romero did, if I'm not mistaken. But the first one, of course, was Night of the Living Dead. This one right here, I know they did remake this one as well, and I do like the remake. The remake was actually pretty cool. I don't know which one's better though, the remake or the original. I mean, they're both actually pretty cool because both of them takes place in a mall. But if you haven't seen this one's the zombie apocalypse is happening, and Ken Foree and all these other people, they're living out in the mall. They're hiding away from the zombies, trying to find a way to survive. That's basically what it is. They're in this mall. Of course, they have guns in the mall because back in the 70s, they carry guns in the mall. They don't do that anymore, though. I don't think. But I can't remember if in the remake they had guns in the stores as well, like stores selling guns. But I actually thought this one was pretty cool. But this one is out of print though, so if you guys ever come across this one, definitely get it because it is pretty good though. And Day of the Dead here. This is the one that was released from Scream and Shout Factory. It got a re-release. Now, this one, I don't think this edition. It's not out of print as not that valuable because I got this for about like $24 used. But this one, of course, is about the underground tunnel. Of course, the zombie apocalypse is happening. This is actually the third film from the Night of the Living Dead series that George Romero did. I like this one too, but I think I like the Dawn of the Dead one a little bit better than Day of the Dead. I mean, this one is cool though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it is a pretty cool zombie movie, but I think Dawn of the Dead was actually a little bit better. All right, the next one here I got. This one's out of print. Surprisingly, it is. I can't believe how valuable this one is. I got this one for about $38 on Amazon. I was always kind of interested in this, because I'm kind of surprised that this one did go out of print, but this is I guess that you could say it's a Steven Spielberg film. Joe Dante directed this one. I think, well, he directed the story in this. And, of course, John Lithgow's in this, Dan Aykroyd, Albert Brooks, Dick Miller does a cameo in this. But I really like this movie. I've always really liked, the anthology horror movies and stuff, but this is a Twilight Zone the movie here on Blu-ray. And of course, that news show is coming on. I don't know if they're still doing that now. I think it was Jordan Peele. He had something to do with that new series or something. But of course, everyone knows what Twilight Zone was. It was a show back in the 50s, or like late 50s, black and white show. It was kind of like Goosebumps and Tales from the Crypt, stuff like that. But this one, of course, this is the anthology horror movie. This has like 4 stories, and I never even seen an episode from the original show or the new shows. I don't know if it was worth watching. I know my grandfather watches it, but from what I've read, some of the stories on here remake the episodes, the old episodes. Well, there's 4 stories. The first one was about like these army people or something coming after this one guy. I think that was Dan Aykroyd. He was in that one. The second one was about the old people in this nursing home. They kick the can and they turn young. The third one was one about this kid who was evil, which that one was actually a pretty cool one. And the effects in that third story, My God, it was actually pretty cool. And the fourth one was when John Lithgow sees some kind of like creature on an airplane or something. I don't know. This one was really cool as well. This one is out of print though, so I don't know if the DVD is, but I know the Blu-ray is. So if you ever come across this Blu-ray, definitely get it because it seems pretty valuable and it's kind of like expensive on um, eBay sometimes and Amazon. But I got mine for about $38. All right, now this next one right here, this is one I was so excited to check out the transfer, and I have to say, the transfer for this one is great. I was so excited when I heard that this was being released. I was so excited. I had to pre-order this, and I got my copy, and I think it was last Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. It was on a Sunday. But this is a Trilogy of Terror 2 here on Blu-ray. Of course, the first one came out the Blu-ray last year, which has a really amazing transfer to it. Because I was really excited when they announced this because I really wanted to know what the special features were. If there was going to be any like cool special features. I'll tell you about that in a sec. But if you guys don't know what these are, the first one, they're anthology horror movies, but they were there were TV movies. Like the first one was the one with Karen Black. It came on back in 1975. I like to say. It was also released by Kino Lorber. This one's also released by Kino Lorber as well. But that one has to do with like the first story in the first one had to do with this kid who was obsessed with his teacher. The teacher was played by Karen Black. Karen Black stars in all three of the movies. She plays a different character in all three. Second one was about like her evil twin, and the third one, of course, everyone would know, is the one about the Zuni fetish doll, or the little the doll right here. But the second one here, this has an amazing transfer, like I said, and I was absolutely impressed with how great it looked. I'm just so excited about this. But this also has three stories, and it has I don't know how you say her name. Lisette Anthony, I think that's how you say her name. But she did a movie called Krull, which came out back in 1983, I believe. And she did an episode of Tales from the Crypt. I can't remember what the episode was, but I know she was in an episode of that once. But of course, the first story in this one was about her, I think it was like her husband. It was like this old guy living in this mansion. And she has an affair with the guy, and the guy ends up killing him for his money, because she's getting tired of him because the guy's like abusive, and they're trying to find his money. Of course, when they go to his grave, there's these like deadly flesh-eating deadly rats under there. The second one was about her bringing back her son from the dead because her son drowned, and the son is like evil. And the third story, of course, and I know the third story, everyone will be like, what? Because I know it doesn't make sense, but for some reason I kind of like the setting to the third story. It was actually a continuation to the other story about the doll, because it was, of course, the cops coming in, investigating the murders in the apartment, that happened in Karen Black's apartment, and they find the doll in the oven, and they think that there's some kind of killer that is killing someone for this doll. And of course, the doll comes back to life, and he's killing people in the museum. And the museum, I have to say, it has an amazing look to it. I don't know. I've always been if you don't know me, I'm obsessed with this movie and the first one. But the special features on here, you get an audio commentary by film historian Troy Howarth. My Days with Dan interview with Lisette Anthony. You get her also like looking back at like clips from the movie. She's like watching them on an iPad, and she's looking back at them. You get some trailers on here as well. Get a behind the scenes look of Trilogy of Terror 2. But I'm just so excited this is finally out on Blu-ray, because of course, for a long time, because this movie was never released on DVD. It was always on VHS, but I think it got a burn-on-demand release a couple years ago, like a DVD. and now it just recently came out the Blu-ray. I am so excited about this. This is probably one of the best releases by far for this year. I'm so excited about this. Yes, both of them are now out on Blu-ray. Alright, the next one here I got. Now, this one I wanted to see because, you know me, I like Blumhouse movies. And, you know, this is a Blumhouse movie. I really wanted to check this one out. I didn't think I was going to like it at first, but I absolutely really loved it. There's no special features on this one, of course. But this is the new Blumhouse movie, Bloodline, with Sean William Scott, and you know, who does Dude, Where's My Car? I have to say, I really, really love this one. You know, this was kind of like, you know, the TV show Dexter. But this is basically about, I think it was like Sean William Scott. He plays this guy named Evan, and his wife just had a new baby, and I think it was like, yeah, he's this like doctor, or not doctor, but a psychiatrist at the school, and you know, students are telling him about stuff that's happening around their life, and he's basically killing the parents that are responsible for you know, why their kids are angry, you know. And I have to say, this movie, I just could not stop watching this. This was such an amazing movie. I really liked this. You know, everything about it was really good. This was kind of like I said, it was kind of like Dexter in a sort of way. If you like Dexter, you would have liked this, because I really liked this one. But no special features on this one. And I thought, and the only way to get this one, I mean, you can get it online, but the only way to get it in the store is if you get it on from Best Buy, because Best Buy was the only one that was selling the Blu-ray. I think you can get it, well, you can get the DVD in Walmart, but not on Blu-ray. I don't know why, but yep, that is Bloodline here on Blu-ray. Alright, the next one here I got. This one I did see in theaters, and I reviewed to you guys a couple months back. This one I did like. You know, it's not perfect or anything, but I really did like this one. Now, this one, I know everyone was thinking it was going to be like an anthology movie, but it actually wasn't. I think I thought of it, that's what it was going to be too, but this was called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And this one, I know this also had a 4K release, but, you know, me, I don't have a 4K player. I'm just not into, like, you know, the 4K thing. This one has to do with these kids. They go into this haunted house on Halloween nights. A group of these friends, they do, and they come across this book that has full of scary stories. And the one girl on here, she takes the book, and of course, you know, one by one, you know, it's writing. The book is like writing stories by itself, and whatever it does, weird things are happening to, like, the kids in the small town, you know. Kids are disappearing, some kids are dying, you know. Like, there was one where, had to do with, like, a scarecrow, and, the boy gets, you know, the one boy, when he gets stabbed, he turns into a scarecrow. They had one where, my favorite one in the movie, and I'm just weird when it comes to these kind of movies, you know, a scene when this girl has this pimple and a spider's coming out. I don't know. That was probably one of the best scenes in the movie, you know. But that's basically what it is. It was kind of like, sort of like Goosebumps in this way, the movie Goosebumps. But, you know, except this was like a PG-13 like movie. But I don't know. I kind of did like this one. This one's not perfect or anything, but I really did like this one. But yep, that is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark here on Blu-ray. Alright, the next one here I got. Now, I know lots of people hate this movie. I have no idea why, because me and my grandfather, we watched this movie and we like it, you know. I mean, I don't understand why this movie gets a lot of crap talked about. But this is, you know, the movie Norbit here on Blu-ray. This one I found at Big Lots for about $3. This is an upgrade to Blu-ray, so, but of course this is the Eddie Murphy movie. Eddie Murphy plays, like, 3 characters. He plays, you know, Norbit, Rasputia, and, the Chinese guy. I forgot what he is. He was like, I forgot what the hell his name was, but it's this guy who works in an orphanage. But, the movie is about him. It starts off with him as a kid going to this orphanage, and he ends up meeting a Respucia, the fat girl. He ends up getting married with her, and one day Norbit ends up coming across a girl that he has not seen in years. Girl that was with him at the orphanage. And, and for some reason he's back and he's in love with her again. And but the problem is he's married with Respucia, and and of course the other girl that he liked back in the orphanage. She's about to get married as well. I don't know. I always really liked this movie. I always thought it was kind of funny. I mean, I can't really figure out why everyone hates this movie, because I absolutely liked it. I think I guess everyone thought this was like they thought they'd just rather do like a Nutty Professor 3 or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I think this was a lot better than Nutty Professor. I had no problem with this one, but I actually really liked it. The next one here is School of Rock here on Blu-ray. I remember seeing this one in the theaters back in the day. And what I really like about this one is, Miranda Cosgrove's in this, from iCarly. This is one of her earlier movies, I do believe. I know, because I know first she did Drake and Josh, and then iCarly, which I don't know what she's doing now, to be honest. I don't know. I honestly don't know what she's doing. I really wish she could do another Nickelodeon show. But I guess she's too old for it now, so I don't know. Maybe they could do a reboot of iCarly one day. I don't know, because all these other shows coming back. I know there was talks about them doing like a Drake and Josh reboot. I haven't heard much about it lately. But this movie stars Jack Black, and this is him. He's in a band. He gets kicked out of his band. And, he lives with his friend and his friend's girlfriend. And they basically say, either you pay us rent money or you're got to go. And he tries to find a job, and he ends up taking his friend's job. Because his friend is a substitute teacher, and he pretends that he's the friend. I don't know what the Ned character. He pretends that he's Ned. He works in the school, and basically he makes a band with these kids. He makes a School of Rock band with the kids. Of course, teachers don't know about it. Everyone knows this movie. I've always kind of liked this one. I mean, I don't know. This movie actually had some great music to it. Had some great songs to it. I don't know. I've always really liked this one. Really cool movie though. Another movie. This is another movie that everyone talks crap about a lot. And yes, I understand. I know this is probably a movie I would say is the best to worst movie. Because I know it's not very good. I know it's awful. But I've always really liked this one. I don't know why, but this is, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. This is actually the FYE exclusive steelbook that came out. Back on the back it says "Never Sleep Again." There's some artwork cover on the inside as well, like this picture right here of Freddy's hand, the glove hand, the finger knife. And basically, everyone knows what the Freddy Krueger movies are. About, Freddy Krueger with the club knife, killing people in their dreams, This is them reinventing the whole thing. Rooney Mara's in this. Who else is in it? Katie Cassidy is in this. And of course, I understand, because they replaced Robert Englund with, I don't know what his name is, but this kind of like fat guy in a sort of a way. And I don't know. I understand that's why everyone hates it, because the way that Freddy Krueger looked now. I mean, it's kind of like, with the new Child's Play, Brad Dourif is always going to be Chucky. He's always going to be the legend. And they replaced him with Mark Hamill. I don't know. I think I like this one a little bit better than the new Child's Play. I mean, the new Child's Play had some good gore in it. Had some good kills in it. But, I don't know. I like it a little bit better, though. It's just not my favorite one in the series. And, I don't know. This is probably what I consider a best and worst movie. Because I know it's not good. But, I kind of like it. This is them basically, it's basically remaking the first movie. That's basically all it is. The next one, or the last one here on Blu-ray I got, is Tim Burton's Corpse Bride here on Blu-ray. Um, and I remember really liking this one. This is the animated one. This came up back in 2005. I know this has to do with this couple is about to get married. Well, Johnny Depp is doing the voice of, I forgot what his name is in the movie. Victor. He's Victor's about to get married with this girl. But of course he screws up the wedding, and the wedding gets canceled. And he ends up coming across this corpse, and he ends up getting married with a corpse. And he's trying to get away from this corpse girl, and trying to find a way to get back to his original love. I don't know. I kind of like this one. I've never seen because I know everyone would think of this as like a Nightmare Before Christmas. I've honestly never seen Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, what is wrong with me? I don't know. But I don't know. Everyone says that's a pretty good movie, but I just never seen it though. I think I like this one, and what's the other one? The other animation movie. It's like this Coraline. I like Coraline too. I think Coraline was better than this, because I mean this one's not a perfect movie, but it's a movie I could watch again though. Alright, the next one here I got, alright, now the rest of these are DVDs. I got 2 DVDs I'm getting rid of, but I'm going to talk about those last. So the first one here I got on DVD. This one right here is one I got at the Dollar Tree, and this is I know this came out the Blu-ray in a burn on demand from Universal, but I wanted to see if I kind of like it enough to actually get it on Blu-ray, and actually I kind of do like it enough. This is a movie called Aliens Ate My Homework here on DVD. I have to say, I actually really kind of like this one. And William Shatner does a voice of one of the aliens, but this is basically about this boy. His cousin is staying over with him to visit him, and there ends up being this tiny spaceship comes into the house one day, and wrecks his homework up. And of course, it's in the spaceship. It's these little aliens, and they're trying to look for something. I can't remember what it was they were looking for, but they're trying to look for something, and they need the boys' help trying to find that thing. And that's basically what it is. It's one of those kind of kid movies. But I actually kind of like this one, so I do actually kind of like this one enough to actually get on Blu-ray. I'm not gonna get the Blu-ray now. I'll probably get it at some point. It's not something I need to get upgrade right away, but I really like this one. Really like this one a lot. Alright, the next one here. This one I did review to you guys a couple years ago. This one I did like as well. This one I ordered on Amazon, or not eBay. I ordered this one on eBay. This was kind of like a remake to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like, I don't know what country this is from, though. It's from another country, I know. You can just tell by the way they're talking, they dubbed the English. But this is a movie called Help, I've Shrunk the Family here on DVD. I know they did those other ones I reviewed in an update months ago. Help, I Shrunk My Teacher, and Help, I Shrunk My Parents. I like both of those movies. Those were really fun ones. This one has to do with, like, this little guy who, he can basically do magic, but he calls it magic like betwinkle or something. I forgot what he calls it, but he ends up doing something to the cat. Sometimes the magic is not working. But one day, the kids and their father, they go to this restaurant, and of course they don't like the food that's at this restaurant. And the little guy, he does magic by bringing them like French fries and hamburgers and hot dogs, like those kind of stuff. And of course, they get in trouble for that. The cops end up coming. I'm going to get him ready to arrest them. And of course, the little guy ends up shrinking him. And of course, the problem is he can't unshrink him because, of course, like I said, his magic messes up all the time. And, like, his magic just goes crazy. But I don't know. I really like this one. This did feel like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids kind of like movie. But I really like this one. No special features on this one, but I absolutely really liked rewatching this one again. Alright, the next one here I got. This one I also reviewed to you guys a couple years ago. This one, it's not as good as how I said it was back when I reviewed it, but I still like it. It kind of like had a feel to Blair Witch, or the Blair Witch Project, but it's The Hunted here on DVD with Josh Stewart. You know, he actually directed this one, I believe. Yes, see that he written and directed it and produced it. You know, he's the guy who did The Collector and The Collection. I know too that they're coming out with The Collector Part 3, and I can't wait to see that. But this is a found footage movie about him and his friend. They're hunting in the woods, and there's basically something in the woods that they're trying to look for, and there's something out there that's like making these weird noises and stuff. Like I said, this was kind of like Blair Witch, but you know, I think I kind of like the Blair Witch Project a little bit better. But you know, this one wasn't bad for a movie though. Now these last two here, one of them I got at Dollar Tree, just I don't know, just to see if it was any good. Another one I got at Walmart. This one I have no idea why the hell I got. I guess just see if it was any good, because I liked, when it comes to like these animated shows turning into live action movies, I don't know, they're just kind of interesting. Like, you know, the Dora movie, which is coming out the Blu-ray in a couple weeks. I kind of want to see that just to see how bad it is, you know. But this one I just got bored with. This was Thomas and the Magic Railroad here on DVD. You know, Alec Baldwin's in this, Mara Wilson's in this. I don't know why I got this. This one was kind of boring. And the last one, of course, this one was kind of boring as well. You know, David Arquette was fine in this. You know, he was kind of funny in this, but this ain't a movie I would want to watch again. This one I got at, this was one of the Dollar Tree ones I bought. I didn't show it in that video about my haul, because I think I went back a couple days after that video. But this was 8-Legged Freaks here on DVD. I'm surprised that there's no Blu-ray release of this one, though. Maybe, I don't know, probably either Scream or Shout Factory will put this one out, or maybe the Warner Archive. I don't know exactly, because I know Scream Factory has been putting out a lot of Warner Brothers stuff lately, you know. Yeah, but that is 8-Legged Freaks. I didn't really care for this one, you know. It's one of those kind of like, what do you call it, those snapper case ones. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.